What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to WWE 2K19 Universe Mode. We are back here on NXT. Opening the show with a Kairi Sane call-out promo. There's Harley Quinn, your NXT Women's Champion. We have Baszler versus Logan. Obviously going to give it to the Submission Magician, if you will. Now, a 2-on-2 tag team match. Jack Gallagher and Pepsi Man versus Breezango. Now, Gallagher and Pepsi Man are going to be fighting for that North American title, I'm pretty sure. But how will they coexist on a tag team? Because if there's one thing WWE likes to do, it's, oh man, these guys are going to feud, so what if they're on a tag team? How would they coexist? Anyway, welcome to a fine Black Friday here on the show, on the channel. Got some wrestling news to discuss. On the show today, some things going on. Dolph Ziggler, a minor foot injury, apparently. Hopefully won't be out for too long, but that is kind of the word going around on that bit of business. We have the rumored opponent for Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and that's going to be Seth freaking Rollins. Supposedly, man, Pepsi Man is hype. He is a hype bro. He is a hyped beverage man. Mascot type deal with some pyro. Man, they're going all out. Pepsi in the budget for Pepsi Man. Like, no, here's all this money, give him all the pyro. That's hilarious. It's really good. It's really good. Anyway, so yes, that is kind of the current rumor for Brock. Is he going to fight Seth Rollins at Mania? So what does that mean for Braun Strowman? What does that mean for the Universal title? Like, no real word on that bit of business, I guess. So one has to certainly speculate on what's going to go on there. Because if Braun fights Brock at the Rumble and fails again, and they have Seth take the belt off of Brock at Mania, or some kind of shenanigans happening there, like, I'm not sure really what the deal would be at that point. Because then it's like, alright, well then if Braun takes the belt off of Brock, and they have Brock fight Seth anyway, then who does Braun defend against at Mania? We're getting to that point where it's like, alright, well, how is this all going to line up? What is Vince's way of thinking for this business? Really. But speaking of yonder brands and Vince's thinking, and this whole brand split business, as we begin this tag team matchup, woo, with Gallagher and Tyler Breeze, is that supposedly Fox wants to keep the brand split. So I've seen a lot of folks thinking, oh, they're going to go to Fox, they're going to get rid of the brand split, because Fox is going to want to have the top stars from both, Raw and SmackDown on their Fox show, their brand new baby they paid $1 billion for. I get that. But the word is that Fox does not want to promote people who are on NBC Universal. They don't want to promote those stars on their show, on their Fox show. So, to me that says, number one, this is like 10 months away, so it's kind of, this report is kind of inconsequential as it is, because Vince will change his mind on any given night of the week. But B, it says that the the superstar shakeup is going to be quite interesting to see where folks go as they're gearing toward that October relaunch of SmackDown on Fridays on Fox. How are they going to stack the decks? If you keep the brand split, how are they going to stack the decks for that show? That should be fascinating to see. Obviously, you would have thought Roman Reigns to SmackDown, but obviously he's going to be out for who knows how long. But would that mean Braun Strowman to SmackDown? Would that mean Brock Lesnar, if he even sticks around to October, which he won't, but if he did, to SmackDown? How they handle the Superstar shakeup should be very telling for if the brand split actually remains in place or not, when you're going to move all of your most important superstars to get the most important traffic, to get the maximum amount of viewers, which would be SmackDown on broadcast TV. So that one is, oh no! Oh no! Pepsi Man! Oh, miscommunication with Pepsi Man, and now Breeze back and forth with Gallagher. The fight is underway, all fired up. And then, no! Another miscommunication. Poor Pepsi Man. He just wanted everyone to be refreshed. And no, this has broken down. Chaos everywhere. And the match continues. Referee has no control, clearly. But the match continues with Breeze and Gallagher. But Gallagher is still your North American champion. Don't discount the power of Gentleman Jack. And once again, the action spills to the outside as Fandango is just kind of hanging out. It's like, whatever. And Gallagher is just running roughshod here on Tyler Breeze, as most folks in NXT did. But hey, at least he was on TV. Or, well, the network. Whatever. You get the idea. Like, I get it. Fandango's on the injured list right now. Like, I understand. But still, Breeze is still talented. You can still use him, you know, on your show outside of being a glorified jobber. Like, not cool. Also, is that a Michinoku driver on the outside? Breeze here fighting back. Fighting back. Oh, into the post. What is the count at here, referee? Do 8. Do your job. And back into Gallagher's corner. Will he tag in Pepsi Man? Breeze, though, nope. Fighting back. Not going to allow it to happen. Back into his corner. Will he tag in Fandango? And he does. And here comes Fandango against Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Now, even though this is a tag team match, you would imagine any victory could still put you in contention for that North American title. It could. I mean, if you pin the champion in a non-title match in any scenario, that should put you in the contentionship, in the contendership. Oh, and Pepsi Man tagged in, surprisingly enough. Surprisingly enough. Oh, a hot tag to Tyler Breeze against the Pepsi Man, who is no stranger to fighting games. Now then, can Breeze put away the behemoth that is Pepsi Man? Super kick. And then calling for it. Will it be the beauty shot? Boom. And then a pinfall. Referee's distracted. Jack Gallagher distracting referee, as he should in any good tag team match. 1, 2. And it wasn't enough for 2 singles competitors should kind of always lose to 2 tag team specialists. That's how wrestling should work. Now then, after that miscommunication, a real tough loss, difficult loss. But he worked hard, and his partner is not pleased. They're feuding. I'm pretty sure they're feuding for that North American title, so they shouldn't even be a tag team. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. This all seems confusing. This is kind of like the wrong cutscene. Something like that. I don't know. But Jack Gallagher, quite sweaty. So, alright. Lars Sullivan versus Aiden English with Kane98 in his corner. I'm still going to give it to Lars. He's a freak. Speaking of guys who are feuding and are being put in a tag team, another tag team match today, Playa. Holla holla. So oh, here it is, yep. Get on the same page, you guys. Your NXT champion and your #1 contender here, Papa H's, running NXT, versus the Undisputed Era. Anyway, moving on here in our, I guess, TV talk. We have Impact searching for a new TV deal. Wanted to get off Pop TV, who was not treating them right and who was not paying them well. And they're in negotiations for 2019 for a new TV deal. And they've apparently talked to WGN, True TV, and Sci-Fi. So whether or not any of that pans out, because one has to imagine WGN might be the home of that All Elite Wrestling in 2019. So certainly things picking up here. And then the champ tags himself back in. Oh no! They exploded. See you, bye. Nice. See, that's why he is the game, the cerebral assassin, and leaving Ciampa by himself to fight off against Undisputed Era. Man, Triple H playing them mind games. That's what he does. So, whether or not we see either of those promotions on WGN, or if they go to Sci-Fi, or if they go to True TV. Like, I'm not sure that Sci-Fi really wants more wrestling, considering they got rid of SmackDown back to USA, but who knows. If Sci-Fi is still owned by NBC Universal, and they still obviously have their deal with Raw, like, why would they really want to put wrestling back on from a different company on Sci-Fi? That is a weird one to me. but it's wrestling, so as they say, anything can happen. And if they can get more of a audience from being on a larger channel with more, being in more homes, then that is always a good thing. Raising any kind of competition on all sides is always a good thing for the business. Not necessarily a good thing for Vince in particular, but a good thing for the whole wrestling business. What are you doing, Ciampa? Don't taunt him. Don't taunt him, man. It's a bad idea. It is a bad idea. So there was that. Anyway, tagging in Roddy Strong. Because, seriously, 2 tag team guys here, and they're running up against the champ, and granted, he's the champ, but a good tag team should always be able to beat a good single star. That's how it should work in wrestling. But they've just totally decimated the concept of tag teams in the past, 20 years, so that kind of is what it is. Anyway, on the outside! Good God! Boom! Nasty. Just nasty on the outside. Anyway, finally, we have this Shane McMahon deal, right? That apparently was not going to be followed up on. Whatever they were doing with Crown Jewel and Survivor Series, whatever that big story they're going to run with Shane is not really going to kick off until, after the first of the year. So, once we hit building toward the Rumble season is when that's going to start actually being a thing. Because generally, in December, they don't do much in terms of major stories because it's December. You got the holidays, everyone just kind of spins their wheels, and it's not really that much of a thing for major wrestling angles. And then once you hit the first, man, though, we are in Rumble season, and that is the road to WrestleMania, and things pick up quite significantly. But December's just kind of whatever. We're just going to have the same 6-man tag nonsense for all of December, because kind of who cares. So, I would imagine they'll continue this whole Miz and Shane tag team comedy stuff for the rest of the year this year, and then move on to whatever they're doing with Shane once we hit January. So, certainly a thing to look out for. And is it going to be a Shane heel deal, or what? It's intriguing. I'll give it that. Not that we need another heel McMahon, because McMahon, but you're not going to escape McMahons, because McMahons. They run that business. So what you going to do when McMahon-mania runs wild on you? For the next 50 years, at least. And only one count there on Roddy Strong? Come on now. Oh, misses the knee. Can Ciampa capitalize on that mistake? Going to the corner. He's going to the corner. He's calling for it, folks. He's calling for it. Boom. Just right across the jaw. Is that enough? Is that enough? Again. Here we go. Finish time. Gonna finish you. Boom. Now then, is that enough, or will his tag team partner interfere, as they tend to do in these games? 1, 2, and yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen, Ciampa. You're fighting up against impossible odds here. And the sequence begins again for Ciampa here, where he will once again hit his moves, but the problem is, you still got Roddy Strong to worry about, right? And he will still interfere when he feels it's necessary to interfere. Oh, see, that's where the tag team comes into play. That's where it comes into play, you guys. Stop. And Bobby Fish now with that charged finisher. And no, could not get it done. Shock. Ciampa just will not quit here. And a hot tag to Roddy Strong. Sorry, man, you could not prevent that hot tag. So, that's kind of going to be the end of it, I would imagine, at this point. Seriously. Knee to face. Big clothesline. And now Roddy Strong calling for it. Oh, there it is. All right. Now then, that should be all she wrote. A valiant effort, but the end of... Really? Really? I mean, I know he's tough, but come on now. Okay, Here's the shortcut. 2. And still a 2 count with the dirty pin. What in the blue hell? What else? There it is! I was waiting for that one. That. The lung blower. And mercifully, it's over. Undisputed Era. Get the job done. But the champ is still the champ. Soak it in, man. And Triple H back out here after abandoning him to taunt him. Be like, I'm coming for that title. I'm coming for that title. He wants that title, alright. And one more tag team match. Why is it all tag team matches today? What the hell, NXT? At least this one is a tornado tag, so it should be a little bit faster. Your NXT Tag Team Champions versus the Outsiders. Just beat down to start the match. Not even waiting. Hey, yo. Because that is how the Outsiders roll here in NXT. Showing these young kids what the old-timers can do. What these vanilla midgets can do. And here we go. This is tornado tag rules, meaning that it's going to be just absolute chaos from the start. And we got Brian and Brian. Or Brian and Daniel. Daniel and Brian. And just facing off against Razor, Scott Hall, and Big Sexy Kevin Nash. So can they get the job done with their technical acumen versus the power game? We'll see. We did see Kevin Nash beat Bryan Danielson. So whether or not as a tag team they can manage to get things done here in this environment. They are the tag team champions, and wow, that's alright. Just right away hitting that cattle mutilation deal. Alright, sure. Big Scott Hall getting just across the ropes, and then there goes little Bryan Danielson on that turnbuckle. Big side suplex. Yes chant going off. And then the miss on the kick. So again, it is the speed of these tag champs that will get you. It is the submission acumen that will get you. And can the big guys use their power game to get the job done? That will be the question. And so, there's one of the, there's one of the 6 moves of doom from Nash there. Where's the hair flip? Where's the hair flip? Oh, Danielson going for a ride. And so far, Daniel Bryan and Scott Hall here. Oh, the yes kicks. The world famous yes kicks on Scott Hall. Yes. Yes. Ooh, yes. Now, can he lock in that yes lock? Or hit that knee? One of the two. On Big Scott Hall. Oh, again, Bryan Danielson here. Again. Will Kevin Nash tap out? Daniel Bryan has a finisher. Will he get Scott Hall? Oh, from the top to the outside. Elbow drop in the back of the head. Good God almighty. Tag champs are doing way better than I thought they would in this matchup. And we know that Daniel Bryan should have a finisher here. So can he hit one of his several finishers? Alright, he's calling for the knee, folks. Calling for the knee on Scott Hall. Hey, yo. Chico. Hit that knee. Hit that pinfall. Is Scott Hall done here? Referee out of position. 1, 2. And then Nash breaks it up at the last possible second. Got Nash in that headlock, man. Double tap would be hilarious. Just don't underestimate. Don't underestimate the Bryans. They'll get you. Every time. Again, the Danielson special. Onto Nash. And Hall breaks it up. Alright, well, unfortunately, Daniel Bryan kind of failing it there in not being able to handle Big Scott Hall. Nash trying to help out and failing and just flinging his arm at the air again with the world famous yes kicks. Boom! There it is. Now then, either a yes lock and Nash is rolling out. We have the opportunity here, folks, for Daniel Bryan to take out Scott Hall, who is fighting back, not allowing that to happen. Oh, the choke slam from Hall! Now all he has to do is pick him up and give him that Razor's Edge. Or not. 1, 2, and broken up. So both Hall I'm sorry, the Outsider's Edge. Both Hall and Daniel Bryan have finishers. And Hall going for that Outsider's Edge, baby. Here it is. This might be it here for Daniel Bryan. This might just be all she wrote. So a turning of the tides here on your tag team champions. And then a pinfall. And that might be it. 2. No, kick out. Resiliency. And Bryan Danielson fighting back. Now Daniel Bryan does have a finisher here. Can't hit the knee. Can't hit that yes lock. Here it is. Yes lock applied. Will he tap? Will he tap? So close to the ropes. Rope break. Been locking in that cattle mutilation several times in this matchup so far. And then, oh, the backflip over. And then hitting that comeback on Nash. So now, again, he's got his moves. He has got things locked up and locked in. And will that be enough to take out a big sexy Kevin Nash? As Hall is just throwing his toothpick after that stuff. And will he be out of the ring long enough to make that happen? And here are the yes kicks on Nash. So Nash now suffering the fate of the yes kicks, while Hall on the outside just beating the tar out of Danielson. And a pinfall, and nope. All right, here comes the bad guy. Here comes the bad guy. And all right, the knee on Nash. How could he jump that high? The knee, no. All right, yes lock on Nash. Hall tied up. Hall busted open. And rope break, because Nash's legs are just that long. Once again, the Outsider's in control. With a chokeslam and a jackknife powerbomb to Daniel Bryan. That, my friends, is what got rid of... Oh no, no jackknife for you. Reversed. Reversed. Alright, there is still life in the Tag Team Champions. There is still life there. But Hall now, this might be it. He is calling for that Outsider's Edge. And nobody else is anywhere near this action. So can he hit it and hit the pinfall and get that done before anyone else is back in the ring? Oh, Nash busted open. So both Nash and Hall busted open. And Hall is not pinning him. I hate the AI in this game sometimes. It would just stand there. Alright, now perhaps don't try the yes lock that close to the ropes. Camel clutch. Break your back. Make you humble. Oh! He tapped? No. I thought he tapped there. Referee was like, oh yeah. No. Bell didn't ring. Match continues. Again, another choke slam. It's like the third one here. Another one. Another one. And Daniel Bryan making the wrong move. But Danielson kicks out. I am in shock here after 3 choke slams. Oh! Yes, locked in! Locked in! Locked in! He taps! Your tag team champions win the match. Imagine that. Against all odds, that is why they are your tag team champions.
Here are your winners, Bryan Danielson and Daniel Bryan.
They are the bar. And your NXT main event, Ziggler versus Gargano. I'll give it to Dolphy Ziggler. So tomorrow, heading back to Monday Night Brawl. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. See you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.